What is up, everybody? How are you guys doing today? My name is Joel, and I am a gameplay student. Today, we are going to be playing the demo for the Life and Suffering of Sir Brante. Now, I have very little idea what this game is about, but I saw the art style, I saw the presentation. There was an interesting looking trailer, so I thought I'd give it a try. I want the video to be more or less shorter so I can have time to work on some other content coming up ahead, including of which is a video essay, so look forward to that. Yeah, I don't know, I kind of wanted to see what we were working with, whether or not I'd get the game to play in the future, maybe, whenever it comes out. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know, I just wanted to kind of experiment, if we will. So, let's get into it. New game. Enter your character's name. Sir Brante. Sir blank Brante. What's the name that sounds good? Ian? Malcolm. A lot of, very, posh names. Kevin? Sir Kevin Brante. Sir Bob Brante. Let's go with Ian. I like Ian. Choose your name carefully. Other characters will address you exactly like this. Choose your name carefully. Other characters will address you exactly like this. Like your name. I don't understand what that means. They're gonna call you your name. Just so you know, make sure you realize they're going to call you your frickin' name. Okay? Got it. Chapter restarts. Disabled. You will not be able to go back to previous chapters and change your decisions. This is the recommended game mode. You will live the character's life from start to finish and endure all mistakes and misfortunes. Sure. Consequences. You will see the consequences of your possible choices in advance. This is the recommended game mode, as you will be able to direct the character's fate in the way you want. Interesting. Okay, I guess we'll go with the normal for now. Let's see what they recommend we do. Before you lies the story of a single man. You will take on the role of Sir Brante and determine his goal and fate in life from his birth to his true death. Our hero is unfortunate enough to be born in a cruel and ruthless world, one that is different from ours in many ways that may not be immediately apparent. This means that you must be ready to learn the ways of this world, one step at a time. Your every decision will affect your hero's personality and family, his friends and foes, and even the outcomes of important events. The decisions you will make will ultimately influence the state of affairs throughout the nation. When given a choice, choose whatever feels right for the world and for yourself. How long will you live this life entrusted into your care? Will Sir Brante turn the tide of history, or he'll be ground into the dust by the millstone of fate? This is for you to decide. Okay, that's interesting. So, from what I understand, okay, so what's trying to break down is we're going to be playing through a single character from the perspective of this character. So we learn the world from this character's lens. We're going to be given choices. There's probably going to be some. This paragraph makes me think it's going to be some Twilight Zone type stuff where you're going to realize, wait, there's aliens in this world, or hold on, I didn't realize blood sacrifice was a normal thing. You know, something where you're just completely changes the context of what's going on. I'm assuming this means the personality is blank as we start off and then is modified. I'm not sure how they're gonna build that. You could build it a couple ways. They might mix and match. There's ways where the choice you make of what you do dictates the plot. And what I mean by that in the most literal way is they have one plot line if you decide you're an astronaut and one plot line if you decide you're a cowboy, right? It takes you down a different rabbit trail, and so it splits you off that way. Or maybe what it's trying to do is it has a couple ideas already pre-built, it has one specific story and then it has a couple options, and depending upon what you choose guides you towards one of those options. I'm not entirely sure what it's planning on doing, and there's variation in between. So it determines your personality and family. So his personality is dictated by your actions. So I'm assuming that means that at some point his personality will override your choices because you've built up a person, so therefore he's going to act out your opinions, so to speak. His family, friends, and foes, and even the outcomes of important events. The decisions you make will ultimately influence the state of affairs throughout the nation. When given a choice, choose whatever feels right for the world and for yourself. How will you live this life entrusted in your care? So this is dictating his effect on the universe. At the end of time, your fingers are stained. I'm gonna do a really deep voice the whole way through. Your fingers are stained with ink. Your breathing grows ragged. Your hands are shaking. Yet the words begin appearing on the page before you, one by one, clinging to form a chronicle of your own life. Who are you, and how did you reach this end? Okay, so this is so interesting. So that assumes, therefore, that we live to tell this tale. You have to, because the beginning is the end. Okay. You were born and raised and lived your entire... That's a weird... I forget what it's called. There's something in English where it's like, when you make a series of things, they should all be very similar, right? So it's like, you ate apples, corn, or you ate apples, pears, and bananas. You wouldn't say you ate apples, corn on the cob, and pears. While it still works, it feels off because it's not lined up with everything else. So that was just throwing me off. You were born, okay. You were born, raised, and lived your entire life in the blessed Arachnean Empire. In this land, a man's destiny is predetermined at the moment of his birth. Whether human or Arachnean, nobleman, priest, or low-born commoner, all bend to the divine will of the twin gods. And each life is not but a single cog in the universe's immeasurable machine. So, an interesting detail, and I'm curious if this is where the game's going, the way this is written makes it feel like it's randomly inserted. So they could have a whole list of possible adjectives for blessed, or cursed, or illustrious, or wealthy, or impoverished, and it plugs it in and determines parts of the randomization. And then Arachneans could be another name for another country. And this land of man's destiny is predetermined at the moment's birth. That makes me think that it's one of those things where it's like, whatever you choose, we planned for it, ha ha ha. And all bend to the divine will of the twin gods. I'm assuming there could be maybe multiple gods, which could change the effect of the game. I'm not entirely sure. The memories come flooding back. They engulf you as a merciless wave, binding together the thrice dead and gone. The dreams of your childhood, your adolescence, your youth spent in the capital, years of penance teeming with life, and a war drenched in blood. High ranks and lowly deeds, opulent palaces, secretive city backstreets, fields of battle, and faces, so many faces of the people you held dear, the people who walked this road by your side. Such was your life, now all exposed by ink erupting onto the page. With your every step, you sought to change the world as you saw fit. The choices of your upbringing, the path you carved in your youth, the fruits of your struggle, the consequences of your sacrifice, all of it led you to here, to the end of your time. And every choice had a price. Now, years and years later, the crossroads of your life echo in your memory, the pain and joy inextricably intermingled. Could you have taken a different path, chosen a different calling, found a different place in the world? You had the power to alter the very course of history. Okay. Now, on the verge of death, you struggle with doubt, seeking answers to the last and most crucial question of all. Your life, of all the paths in life, why did you walk this one? Did you choose your own fate, or was life shaped by forces beyond your control? What determines a man's destiny? What are the differences in these choices? The man himself, the world around him, the higher power, there is no destiny. Does that mean, if I don't choose this one, then there are choices that are made for me? Or is this just a character development? I'm going to choose... I think you determine your destiny in some extent or another, so we'll go with that one. You can hear death's footsteps drawing near. You square your shoulders and take a deep, full breath. You have found your final answer. What is destiny other than a long chain of your own actions and decisions? No matter what happened in your life, you always had a choice. You lived the life you deserved. Only you can answer for it. But are you right about this? Is it all true? To learn the truth, you will have to return to the very beginning, remembering every step you took along the way. On these pages, the story of a man named Ian Brante will live once more. What are these? So these are gates in between each of these, which dictate... Okay, so you have your childhood, your adolescence, your youth. Then you have a significant amount of peacetime in which your actions will truly shape what happens. And then the revolt. So basically, what I understand about this... Okay, so here's what I'm gathering. You're going to have a childhood, which is going to dictate a lot of your personality. It's going to dictate a lot of the initial settings, what's happening around you, etc., etc. Then you're going to hit a period of peacetime. The period of peacetime is essentially going to be based upon all of these previous choices, and it's going to dictate a lot of what happens at this period. This is essentially the ending of your plot, where no matter what you do here, something will spiral out of control based upon the choices you make, and it will result in death and destruction at the end. And you'll have to consider the consequences of your actions. That's my guess. We'll see if I'm right. Childhood. Ooh, I like this music. So stylized. I really like it. I love stuff that does that. Childhood, where life begins. First words, first unsteady steps. You were but a small child learning about the world in which you were born. To you, everything is so new, so baffling, and so unforgiving. A long, trying life stretches before you. So many feats and faults, so many fateful choices to come. Yet you are already sowing the seeds of your future self. You are learning to live and survive in this world, looking for a place within it to call your own, choosing your future destiny. Who will you grow up to be? The fencing lesson beyond insight, nobleman's second. Important life events that may happen to you in this chapter. The fencing lesson beyond. You can die in childhood. Okay. Insight. Perception is greater than or equal to 4. Play with ants. Willpower is greater than or equal to 5. Kiss the sword. Your personal qualities at this age, they determine what choices you may take. Determination and perception. What dictates these numbers? So I'm 0 and 0? Okay. I guess I can't change that. Willpower 5. Determination, perception, and willpower. Okay, I thought determination and willpower were really similar. Okay, determination represents your perseverance and strength of character, your ability to get your way. It affects your frame of mind and the skills you have when you grow up. Perception represents how attentive you are to other people and the world around you, your ability to comprehend and to learn. It affects your frame of mind and the skills you have when you grow up. So I'm probably, me personally, I'm probably like 4 to 5 on this. Let's say like an 8 on that. Let's say 6. I'm not insightful. And probably... I don't know, maybe a 5 to 10? I don't know, we'll see. Willpower represents your remaining inner strength and readiness for action. Okay. So this is like your energy, essentially. Deaths. Untouched by death. This section that opens in this chapter. Destiny screen is now available. Personality screen is now available. House of Brante screen is now available. Family screen is now available. Okay, so there's the possible plot points. This is how many deaths you've witnessed. I don't know what that means. Your age, your estate, and then your stats. Okay. House of Brante, reputation, the honor of your family, wealth, the financial status of your family, and unity. How close and trusting your family is. Interesting. So, one thing I noticed with these, this is 1 to 10. This is 1 to 10. This is negative 10 to 30. That's why I assumed this one is action points. Just the way it's worded for in terms of how ready that you are for action, and also the fact it varies more, is probably why it's action point related. Excuse me. Chapter 1. No? Do I not hit chapter 1? What do I hit? Back to scene. Okay. Begin chapter. Oh, we haven't begun the chapter yet. Okay, here we go. At first, there was nothing. No time, no sensation. Nothing but darkness and void. Sorry. I just imagined this is the kid going out of the womb, and I was like, damn, like, that's massive. Alright, this is such a stupid... Oh, alright, anyways. At first, there was nothing. No time, no sensation. Nothing but darkness and void. But then, a will breathed life into nothingness. Matter and spirit were set in motion. History began its march. It was your turn to enter this world. Your first memory. You were lying on your back, blinded by a bright white light. You remember your birth? Bravo! You are not alone. Above you tower the colossal figures of those who created you. You are part of them, and they are a part of you. Between you and them is an inexplicable connection, a strong and unbreakable link. They will always watch over you, guard you, and protect you. Wait. Did she have birth standing up? Why are they standing? Like, holding out hands? Okay, so this must be something I don't understand about the world. Because clearly, this is not normal birth, I don't think. It hurts to breathe. You let out the pain in the form of a desperate scream. Your creators extend their hands towards you. There are two of them, the ones who made your form from their own selves and brought you into this world. They are united, yet as they lean closer, you begin to see how different they are. You can already feel their differences within you, struggling against each other. Oh, are these the twin gods? The first figure is soft and emphatic, wise and merciful. The love that it emanates from you, wraps you head to toe like an invisible blanket. The warmth from it is never ending. The second figure is strong and powerful, commanding and noble. It is harsh but fair, a beacon of guidance, a force of protection, and a merciless punishment for every misdeed. Yet there is also a third figure. It is like a shadow barely seen behind them, yet already pulsing with an unbreakable will to live. It is the very will to live that is now growing ever stronger within you. A soft, open palm, a strong fist, a lingering, distant shadow. You struggle to loosen the swaddling clothes wrap around you and extend a tiny hand into the world. Oh, you get to pick which one of them? The loving god, the firm god, or the demon boy in the corner. Determination +1, perception +1, willpower +10. Let's go determination. I'm pretty determinable. Determined. That's the word I'm looking for. The fist is stiff, coarse, and even unpleasant to the touch, but this firm hand belongs to your father. A tiny newborn, you are helpless before the full-grown man. Your little hand practically challenges him in his strength, and he accepts the challenge. Your father's fists... Oh, I love that. Da 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 da. Oh, that's gonna get stuck in my head. I'm gonna be laying awake at night and just like, I'm gonna make a decision at some point tomorrow and just hear dun 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 just pop into the back of my head. Oh, that's so immediately catchy. Oh, what a great feedback. Okay, so one of the things that game designers do a lot to make sure that you are feeling the emotions of whatever game they put forward is a thing called feedback. Whenever you fire a gun, you get a kickback on your revolver, you get the flashbang at the tip, and you get the loud impact of the ringing of the bullet as it fires out of the chamber, right? That's 3 forms of feedback in one action to reinforce the idea that you are shooting a gun. And this can happen in literally anything. You go to pick up, like, a piece of paper, you get, like, a little, like, shuffle sound in an RPG. And then your inventory gets a little pop-up that says, new book added. And, you know, it like those are all feedback to try to make sure you understand that that something just happened. The fact that there is a really dramatic violin that kicks in, it's like Telltale's They Will Remember This, or, you know, X Will Remember This, you know, that it pops up whenever you make a decision involving another character. Like, it's trying to get you to pay attention to it, and I love how that violin or whatever it is, I don't know if it sounded deep, maybe it's like a cello or something, like, awesome, I love it. Your father's fist opens. His hand strokes your little hand gently, if somewhat awkwardly. Awkwardly? Awkwardly. It is a tender gesture, a glimpse into something he will seldom let show in the years to come. Oof! Oh, what a roller coaster that sentence is. It is a tender gesture, a glimpse into something he will seldom let show in the years. Whew! You start off like, oh, that's so sweet. Crash. Damn. That's a cold sentence. Birth, year 1118. 1119. Okay. We're 1 year old. So every year we get a new choice option. Hide and seek. Look at that. In one little blurb of sound of a jungle, you immediately feel like you're outside and it's vibrant. Just like that. Just that photo and that sound already set a scene in your head with just by association of what those things contribute to. As the days go by, you learn to tell your parents apart. You recognize father by his heavy breath and strong, cold hands. He visits you rarely. Hello there, little Ian Brante. Why does he call me by my last name? Mother's voice, mother's tender voice, however, follows you day and night. You're... I've committed. You're growing so quickly, my child. There are 2 more children in the family, named Stefan and Gloria. Gloria sings songs to you. She often dresses you in tight clothing and gently holds your hand as you learn to take your first steps. Stefan likes to sweep you up and pinch you and toss you in the air, like a good older brother should. Oh look, this is your brother and sister. Yeah. You're my little brother, we're gonna play together, but I'll always be in charge, because you were born a commoner. What the fuck? What? What? What does that mean? We're in the same household, you dumbass. Is this saying that, like, your family was rich and now they're poor, and so he feels it better than you? Is that what the... I need to pay... Okay, I need to look at this. Whose voice am I doing? Family tree. Okay, Gregor's the grandfather. My mom is Lydia. Okay, Gloria's the sister. Damn, Gloria. Be quiet, you. He doesn't understand yet. Come on, baby, and let's go play in the yard. It is hot outside. You'll grip your brother's hand with one hand and your sister's with another as they help you walk down the giant stone stairs. Then you sit on the ground and start exploring the sparse blades of grass with your fingers. It tickles. In the sky far above and away from you is a gigantic pillar, a perfectly straight stick made of light. It is so bright it hurts to look at. Okay, so the sun is a stick? Why are you staring at the shining pillar? It's not going anywhere, you know. Hey, I want to play hide and seek. Oh wait, that was the guy, damn it. He's just a little baby, how's he gonna play? Then you hide him, and I'll try to find both of you. How old is Stefan? Undetermined? Okay. Wow, he's indifferent to us. I mean, I guess it's a sibling. Oh! So, okay, so oh, that's why he said that. Okay, so Robert was married to his old wife who died, which was his mom, and now the new mom, which is not a noble woman, has the two of us. Or no, she got married, or no, she had her before him, and no, this family's insane. Okay, so she married someone else, and he married someone else. When he was married to her, they had him, she died. While she was married to someone else, they supposedly died, and had her. And then now, the two of them are married together, and they have you, and potentially someone else? A blank slate? Then you hide him, and I'll try to find both of you. You have no idea what they are talking about, but you support them with happy cooing. This is strange, but so exciting. Stephen and Gloria glance at each other. Then your brother walks to a big tree, closes his eyes, and starts shouting something. Gloria takes your hand and walks you through the yard. Your sister takes you behind some thick bushes by a tall wall. The light from the light stick on the horizon barely reaches here. You can't see home from this place. The ground is crawling with tiny black bugs. Gloria sits you down on the ground and puts a finger to her mouth for some reason. And then she's gone. You left the baby? Oh my god! You left the fucking baby out in the middle. What the hell is wrong? How old are these kids? I mean, I guess they're playing hide and seek, so they can't be too old. You can no longer hear Stefan's voice. Gloria is nowhere to be seen. You feel colder. The bugs are no fun to play with. You've been sitting here for a long time, completely alone. Nobody checks on you. Did they forget about you? Did they abandon you? Find your way home. Yeah, I feel like this is dangerous as hell, but I want more perception, so we're gonna sit here and wait. The bush is covered with leaves swaying in the wind. You brush through them with your fingers. The twigs and branches are stiff and will not bend. They are different from the blades of grass. Down on the ground, you see a group of bugs carrying a little twig. You grab it from them. They're so funny. One of the bugs crawls on you. Crawls? Editor. Crawls on your finger and bites it, just enough to sting a little. You hear brisk steps, then the leaves and twigs rustling and parting. Your mother leans over you. You greet her with a happy face and show her the finger with a bug on it. So that's where they took you. Mother picks you up, puts you to her chest, and pats you on the head. Your brother and sister behind her, clearly feeling guilty. As you should. Jesus Christ. Gloria is in tears. Stefan keeps staring at his feet. You hug Mother tightly. She is here now. So if I had chose determination and got back to the house, would they not be in trouble unless that changed something? That was a whole soundboard of laundry or of like cleaning noises. Holy crap. Another memory. You are still a little child, but you can already talk and run on your own. Today is out of the ordinary. Father is busy around the house, giving orders to the servants. Throughout the day, the kitchen has been abuzz with work, and there are solemn, gloomy preparations and candles being lit. Even your older brother Stephen is quiet today. Mother takes your hand and brings you to your sister Gloria. My son, today is the great descent. Oh no, my son, today is the great descent. She wasn't, okay. We honor the day. Twin gods descended to us. We must spend this day in reverence to the gods. You are too young to understand, so just do everything your sister says for now. Gloria takes you to the playroom. Oh wow, she's really terrifying in the photo. There are no toys there, no chairs. Even the carpet has been taken away. There's nothing but a bare wooden floor. Today we're not allowed to go to any other rooms, and we'll be eating nothing but gruel and stale bread. On the day of the Great Descent, everyone must be where they belong. What the fuck is going on? What the hell? It is quiet, unusually so. Muffled voices from beyond the door are all you can hear. You are sitting on the cold floor, confused, with no idea of what to do. Then you hear your sister's voice, a lonely sound in the empty room. It is a little song that Mother taught her. You hold your breath as you listen to it. When the twins came down to earth, they brought lots for every birth. Let us count them 1, 2, 3. The twins made them for you and me. Nobles rule and bravely fight. They protect us with their might. Priests work hard to understand, guide us by the twins' commands. Common people work and toil, always patient, never spoiled. Live your lot where you were born, to the day where you pass on. Know your lot and know the prayer, for the twins see everywhere. Okay, so this is a pretty rigid class system. You are transfixed by the tune. Gloria notices your gaze, and a smile creeps across her face. You like the rhyme, don't you, Ian? Do you know what it's all about? Look, there are 3 lots. They were brought to us by the twins when they descended to us from the shining pillar. They were brought? So like they're a physical object? Remember that pillar light on the horizon? That's it. You can see the shining pillar anytime, from anywhere in the world. If you follow your lot as you live, you'll reach the peak of the pillar, and if you don't, you'll get eternal torment at the foot. What the fuck? If you follow your lot in life. So if you follow your lot in life, you'll be rewarded, but if you don't, you'll be in hell. That's an interesting metaphorical argument. So if you live through your lot in life and do your role, then you will be not in complete and utter hell. Yay. You and I are lowborn. Mom is a commoner too. So the lot for you and me is to suffer and be patient and work hard. Understand? The priests and the nobles have other lots. The nobles fight and rule over everybody. The priests, well, I'm not really sure what they do, but I guess they talk to the twins and then teach everybody. Gloria stares at you intently. Did you get it, silly? Then she shakes her head and keeps singing the song over and over again. Her voice transfixes you. Oh wait, her voice drawing you in. The room starts to glow like the sky. For the light emerge 2 figures you have known ever since the moment of your birth. One of them embraces your sister's shoulder. The other stands guard behind her back. You watch this happening before your very eyes, unable to turn away. So these 2 twins, walk the whole city or countryside on this day? Gloria is swaying to the song, unaware of what is happening. She sings the final verses once more. Know your lot and know the prayer. You feel compelled by this divine sight to express yourself, however, somehow. You feel words condensing within you from the light. But what will these words be? Sing the last line on. Know your lot and know the prayer. The lot are lies told everywhere. This 2-year-old baby, the lots of lies told everywhere. Oh shit, oh, I love that. So, I don't know what it's called because I don't know music as well as I probably would like to, but there's this thing where if you play it's not a minor, but I think if you combine minor and major keys not incorrectly, in a weird way, then it makes you feel uncomfortable, which I think is what they just did there. You shout these words, but you have no idea how they came to you. The shining pair standing behind her back turn to look at you. You can feel their gaze piercing you from top to bottom. When the moment passes, they melt into the dim light coming from the window. Now Gloria is staring at you. You see disappointment in her eyes. Ian, that's not the way the song ends. Why did you ruin it? You shrug, quite pleased with your cleverness. I like this kid. I like me. I like Ian. Year 3. You are starting to understand more of what the adults say. Your family is an unusual one. Your father is a nobleman, not by birth. This is a title earned through great service. Okay, so there is some type of class change, but your mother is a low-born woman, a commoner. Because of this, you are born a commoner, but your father says you may yet come unto nobility. So, how does that work? Is it like a 50-50 split? Like, do you randomly pick one, or is it whatever the mom is? Like, what is the determining factor there? You learn to read at an early age. Together with mother, you read and learn by heart the many poems about the divine twins, the twin gods who rest upon the shining pillar. Mother calls these poems prayers. Again and again, you try to discern the shapes of the gods in the strip of holy light that shines in the sky all day and night, but the light is too blinding to gaze upon. The greatest joy of all is when the stairs are no longer an insurmountable obstacle. Now you can climb and even jump from... Did I miss something? The light is too blinding to gaze upon. The greatest joy of all is when the stairs are no longer an insurmountable obstacle. Now you can climb and even jump from step to step. Father urges you to be more careful and avoid climbing too high. But even though you keep falling, you never stop being curious about the world around you. Your older brother Stefan now spends less and less time playing with Gloria and you. Playing with commoners is beneath the nobleman to be, he says, so Gloria calls him names, and Stefan pulls her pigtails. One fine evening, Father gives you all in the sitting room, gathers you all in the sitting room with an announcement. You will have another little brother or sister soon. Gloria asked him to bring home a little sister. Another brother would be too much. Bring home? Stefan gets frustrated. There are too many little siblings getting in his way already. Soon you will be an older brother too. It doesn't really matter who the youngest will be, boy or girl. You will love them the most. Oh, that's sweet. When Father comes back from his trips, he reads his adult books out loud. His adult books. What is in these tomes? What is in the dark tomes of knowledge your father is reading you? You find the stories of wars and generals and rebellions enchanting, and Father approves of your fascination. Study hard, and maybe one day you'll become a noble of the mantle and earn your sword. But first, you need to grow up. Growing up, the concept is as terrifying as it is alluring. The Was that a beating? What the hell was that noise? You keep staring at the carpet under your feet. You are both ashamed and proud, and it feels odd. A scratch on your hand stings a little. Stefan is standing next to you, sniffling from pain. Your brother was training in the yard with a wooden sword. You wanted to play with him, but he ended up getting angry and throwing the sword at you. The stick hit you in the shoulder. You picked it up and hit him with it. My man! You see Mother's shoes walking to and fro on the carpet. You do not want to look up. You would rather not see her angry. She is not as gentle to you these days. Why did you hurt him, Stefan? Why did you hurt Stefan, Ian? You stammer out an explanation. He hit you first. You just hit him back. How dare he pester me like that? When I grow up, I'm gonna hit you with a real sword. Mother shushes you both and speaks to you again. Her voice is stern, and yet you can still feel her concern for you. Even if Stefan hits you, you cannot hit him back. You are my son, and I was born a commoner. Our lot is to suffer. But your brother was born from a noble father and a noble... Oh my god, I hate my own voice in this. Noble mother. His sacrament is coming soon, and then he will rule over the likes of us. If you hurt a noble, you must be punished. That is your lot, and the sooner you learn it, the better off our entire family will be. Now Stefan looks at you in triumph. You look up at Mother in fear, not sure what to do now. Demand an explanation, deny your guilt, accept your punishment. Yeah, I would. Yeah, no, fuck that. You break out of your mother's arms and start screaming. You're innocent, you lie, and if he hits you, you'll hit him back. All fear and shame are gone. You stand up and stare straight and defiantly into Mother's eyes. Her expression grows bitter. She catches you by the collar of your shirt and drags you down the stairs. I'm doing this for your own good. Oh shit. Do not defy me, Ian. You're born a commoner, my son. Power and lot is not your lot. This is Stefan's lot. He'll become a noble soon. Life for you and me is humility and suffering. Jesus fucking Christ. You have to accept it. You are flogged in front of your entire family. The pain burns on your skin again and again. You clench your teeth and hold back the tears. This is the only way you can prove that you are your brother's equal. It is the only way you can prove that one day you will have the right to rule and fight. Mother mostly stays in her chambers now. With each passing day, she grows heavier and her features get rounder. It gets difficult for her to walk, but she still smiles all the time. One day, she takes your hand and puts them on her big belly. You feel a movement deep inside her. You will have another brother or sister soon. Gloria takes you on walks to the yard now. You explore the yard together under the evening light of the pillar, and she sings you songs and tells you amazing stories. Hey Ian, do you want to hear a rhyme? I wrote it myself. There's even a bit about you. But don't tell anyone, okay? Writing poems and songs is only for nobles. If Mommy hears about it, I'll get flogged. Remember how you got flogged for hitting Stefan? Writing is only for nobles. Damn. Fuck. Alright. Our judge is my second father. In the past, I had another. Mother says the twins are great. Says we should not fight our fate. Brother loves to jump around. Please don't fall down on the ground. See, I wrote a little rhyme. Please don't tell them it is mine. How original. But today, your sister is nowhere to be seen. She promised to take you to the old pond and show you the red frogs that lived there, but then she vanished. The servants join you in your search. Even Mother leaves her chambers when she hears the commotion. Finally, you find Gloria in the far corner of the garden. She is holding the quill and sheets of paper covered in poetry. Mother becomes angry the moment she sees it. She looks through the poetry and her face grows dark with rage. Gloria standing before her, wringing her hands and looking for an opportunity to run, but there seems to be no escape. What is this nonsense, Gloria? We talked about this. You were told to take care of your little brother. You are absolutely not allowed to entertain yourself with writing. I can decide that for myself. Oh god, this is so awkward. Okay. No, you cannot. Has already been decided by the gods, and he's not a little brother anymore. He doesn't need a nanny. You are a commoner and a future wife. This time you learn how to properly care for children. What am I, like 4 or 5 now? Had your disgraceful former father kept me in his house, you would not have been born a noble. You could have been born a noble. Wait, what? I'm so lost. Okay, so her old father was a nobleman. If her old father was a nobleman, and she was a lowborn, and they had Gloria, then Gloria could be a nobleman? So why is it that we are considered lowborn? Or is it you start off lowborn and then build up to nobleman? It's so confusing. Okay. But that is not our fate, and you are absolutely forbidden from spoiling paper and wasting ink again. Mother grabs Gloria firmly by the hand and takes you both into the house. The scribbled sheets fly into the fireplace. Gloria sobs violently. You are a bystander to this scene, unsure of how to act. Oh yes, it's all about us now. The fuck? Oh, that's perception? Damn, okay. Comfort your sister. Willpower -5, but more relations. Okay, so you can spend willpower to build your relationship with someone. Yeah, I'll comfort her. Mother leaves. The last of your sister's poetry burns away in the fireplace. You walk up to your crying sister and take her by the hand. None of this is her fault, you say. What Mother did is wrong, and far too harsh. Gloria sniffles before speaking. But I did really leave you all alone. You're not mad at me, really? You nod in reassurance. Gloria embraces you. Ian, you're the best little brother in the world. The two of you make a little deal. She promises to tell you when she wants to be alone, and you promise to protect her and her secrets. Always. Interesting. Okay. So now I'm 4 years old? Okay. 3-year-old me is in a serious, like, mental state. Holy shit, I'm already making deals with future siblings. Like, my god. The coming sacrament? What the hell does that mean? Mother is in her armchair, knitting woolen jackets, pants, and socks for the little one. The baby will need to be kept warm, she says. Father spends less time at home now. Mother says he's busy with his important job. He is a judge, after all. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. One day, you decide to ask Mother about Stefan and Gloria. How come they're brother and sister to you, but not siblings to each other? Well, my dear, I didn't give birth to Stefan, you see. He's the son of another mother, and Gloria is the daughter of another father. Come now, don't knit your brow like that. You'll understand when you're older. How is that even possible? You're all family, aren't you? Several days later, Mother calls Stefan and Gloria to the sitting room. You sneak in after them. At first, Mother gets angry and asks you to leave, but then she relents. You are told to sit still, be quiet, and remember every word you hear. When you enter the temple, bow to the twins, first at the elder on the right, and then to the younger on the left. Stefan, you're a nobleman to be, so walk along the side paved with marble where the benches are. Gloria, you walk along the sharp side? The hell does that mean? When you're there, you must get down on your knees, each on your own side. Stefan kissed the sword. Gloria, my daughter, they will strike you with the lash. Don't be afraid of it. Reassign yourself to the suffering it brings. It is the blessing of your lot. Gloria doesn't like the idea of the lash. There's a tense feeling in your chest as well. You were told to remember this. Will the lash strike you too one day? On the next day, they take your brother and sister to the temple. You run towards them when they finally come back. The back of Gloria's dress is soaked with blood. She's hunched a bit, sobbing quietly. Stefan is putting on airs, acting prouder than ever. Nothing else looks different about them. It's like everything's the same, and yet nothing is the same anymore. Each of them has accepted their lot. Complete indifference. Okay. Unity -1. Alright. We're now at the disagreement stage. Your siblings Stefan and Gloria took their first sacrament at the temple. So wait, you just show up to get routinely beaten? Oh, younger sibling. You eye the little bundle in your father's arms with curiosity. Behind the many layers of swaddling clothes is your newborn baby brother. Mother is glowing and smiling with joy. Stefan and Gloria are also here, all excited. You promise yourself you're going to be the best big brother in the world. You'll never hit him, oh no. The two of you will play together and tease Stefan together and help Mother together and go on so many adventures together. It feels so strange to be an older brother. Just the other day you were the youngest in the family, but everything is different now. Your parents name your little brother Nathan, and Mother spends day and night by his side. And Nathan cries all the time, day and night. Mother barely gets any sleep. She is so worn out she starts forgetting things. Like today, for instance. She forgot her knitting in the armchair of the sitting room. You'd better bring it back to her as soon as possible. You run to your mother's bedroom. You miss her smile so much. You walk in without saying hello and give her the knitting, but instead of gratitude, you get an ice-cold, exhausted stare. Nathan is also there, screaming all the time. Go away, Eden, you're bothering me. She spits out words through her teeth. You look at the bawling newborn. She can't even get a minute of respite. Enough already, why are you going to stop? I just want some peace and quiet. Mother leaps across the room and starts shaking me. Holy shit. No, I don't have the points? Holy fuck. And starts shaking Nathan with malice in her eyes. His cries get even louder. She looks so tired from his never-ending screams. She seems to be within an inch of smashing him against the wall. Somebody has to do something. You are so scared of your mother right now, but your fear for Nathan's life much more. Mother keeps shaking Nathan violently, and you cannot stay away any longer. He is no longer bawling, he is shrieking. Just leave me alone! But then out comes your voice, so loud it drowns out their cries. No, it's not Nathan's fault, Mother. Oh no, I'm gonna do the deep voice. You're just tired. Please don't do anything to my little brother. I can't do it, my voice is gonna kill me. If you have to punish somebody, punish me instead. He's too young. He won't understand. Your mother freezes and looks at you, her eyes two narrow slits. Her stare is cold and full of pure wrath, so pure you cannot help but recoil in fear. That was a deep breath. What the hell? Are you trying to teach me how to take care of my child? Are you giving me lessons on calming a newborn baby? You're insolent, insipid, nagging know-it-all. It's time you learned your place. She puts Nathan on the bed sheets, then moves towards you. You step back, but a closed door blocks your way. She slaps you across the face. Jesus fucking Christ. Your ears ring from the heavy blow, and your cheek burns from her wrath. You wince and close your eyes, expecting a second slap, but nothing comes. Nothing but Mother's heavy breath and Nathan's shrill cries. Then there is a knock at the door. You step aside. Father walks in. He looks at you, clutching a reddened cheek, at the bawling baby, at Mother, her eyes red with rage and tears, her breath heavy and ragged. Go to your room, son. I'll join you soon. You do as you're told. Back in your room, you press your aching cheek against the cold window, hurt and dazed by what just happened. Soon enough, Nathan stops crying. You hear Father's heavy footsteps in the hallway. He comes into your room and sits on the bed next to you. Son, please not be angry with your mother. The twins know she wishes nobody any harm. This is a difficult time for her, but we'll make it through it as a family. You stepped up to protect your brother. You acted like a little nobleman today. I'm proud of you. Your mother and Nathan are resting now. How bad does it hurt? Okay, is this normal? Like, are we not going to address the almost baby murder that just happened? Hello? 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 What? What just happened? You shake your head. Not bad, but your hand still aches to clutch the cheek. Father embraces you with a sorrowful smile and gingerly pats you on the head as you press your forehead into his housecoat. Things grow calm now. The trouble has passed, and you are quietly happy. Oh, I'm so intrigued. Man, this is a demo. What is the full game? We're still going. Oh shit, that sounds dramatic. This event is a consequence of your previous actions. Your determination is greater than or equal to 4. Okay, let's bring it. What we got? When Father is not working long hours, you often see him spending long stretches of time in the backyard practicing his fencing. You are allowed to watch, but that is it. You are forbidden from touching the sword, let alone actually learning how to fight with it. It is a new day today, and Father has been busy in his study since early morning. Mother took Gloria and Nathan to the shops. Your studies are done for today. The house is empty. You spot Father's sword hanging by the yard door. He must have left it there by accident after a training session. You deliberate at first, then grab the sword with resolve and run outside. At last you have a chance to see it up close. It is a small sword, usually used for dueling, heavy, and devoid of any ornamentation. You recall that it was made specifically for him. The weapon is difficult to handle. Its heft makes the palm of your hand shake. As you get used to it, you'll try your best to imitate Father's feints. Your technique leaves much to be desired, but at least it's something. You imagine yourself fighting for the family's honor as the thin blade slices through the air. But you swing too far back. The blade nicks your shoulder and cuts through your shirt, staining the fabric crimson. Your sword falls to the ground with a dull clang. You tried to apply pressure to the wound to make it stop bleeding, but all you do was make the blood flow faster. Ian, what are you doing here? The familiar voice hurts you more than the cut of the sword. Father walks up to you briskly. His rugged arm rips off a length of cloth and bandages your shoulder. He squats by your side and pulls you into an awkward embrace. My son, why did you have to take the sword? You're not supposed to hold it. This is no toy. It is a weapon that can take lives. I know how you feel. I used to yearn for my father's dueling sword back when I was a lad. One day, you might have a chance to earn the right to carry a weapon. But first, you must have patience and steady and become a noble. When that day comes, I will be proud to teach you myself. You rarely spend time with Father without someone else around. There is paternal love in his voice, so much that even the cut of your shoulder barely hurts now. You would be glad to be convinced by what he says, but how can you forget your dream? How can you abandon it just to earn Father's approval? Is it right for him to ask so much of you? I don't have any willpower to spend. Ah. I don't even think I can. Willpower +5, and I get better relations. I don't want to go -10 because -10 was the minimum, and that scares me. God damn it! If my sister had just hidden her poetry better. You take a deep breath, and slowly and solemnly swear that you will never touch a sword again until you earn a nobleman's title. The promise is a difficult one for you to make. No more secret fights with an imaginary blade. No more battles with sticks. If you give your word, you must keep it. Father smiles at you warmly. It is the one thing to make a promise, another thing to keep it. But I know you can do it, my son. You are on your way to becoming a man of your word. Let's go back inside now. He picks up the sword and leads you back into the house. You wash the blood from the cut and agree to keep this a secret from everybody. Then Father asks you to come into his study with him. He tells you stories of his studies in the capital. He tells you about studying for the judgeship and the trials he had to face to be emboldened by the mantle. You bring several toy soldiers from your room, and Father uses them to reenact the famous Battle of the Green River. The floor of the study becomes a battlefield, and the books from his table turn into riverside hills. You try your best to remember his every word. You wake up to Father's touch on your shoulder. He is finally back home after a long trip. Ian, today is your special day, the day when you begin your studies. Now, teachers will be coming home to teach you, and you must do everything they say. Be diligent in your studies, and you will grow closer to the nobleman's lot. And since you must remember this day, a present is in order. Lydia, get our little schoolboy dressed. I'm taking him to the market dress district. Stefan wants to come with you too, but Father shushes him sternly. This is your day. Your elder brother is hurt to hear this, but stays quiet. An open carriage takes the two of you through the dusty, noisy city streets, a pleasant wind tussling your hair. Your city is called Anizot. That you already know. It is one of the largest cities in the Eastern Empire. There is a big shadow on the street. It comes from the white foliage of an enormous tree that spreads its branches all over the city. My son, did you know that the silver tree grew from the blood of our God's own disciples? What the fuck? What? It has been growing here for hundreds of years, right in our city. It cannot be damaged or burned. Not even the clergy know why. Huh. Okay, so I just need to do a quick recap so I can make sure I understand everything that's happening. So we're playing for the whole life of a person. We started at childhood. Each year it gives an event. The event dictates stats, choices, interactions with our family, currently, so forth. And the general path that we're headed down. Yeah, we're definitely going to be playing this again. I'm probably going to stop here, but, yeah, so that's happening. I'm trying to think. Yeah, and then, man, the writing, I gotta say, the sentences are very simple, which is actually, I think, it really playing to its strengths. Like, if you flip through this, right? You wake up to your father's touch on your shoulder. He's finally back home after a long trip. And since you must remember this day, a present is in order. Like, it's very simple sentences, and they're very clear wording. The vocab is very little in terms of that regard. But it plays into the storytelling aspect of it. Like, it feels like you're genuinely, like, being told a tale. And that is, in the art style and the music and the background, man, this is gonna be... I'm excited to see what all of this is. Hey guys, this is me back, and I'm just finishing up the editing and realized that OBS for some reason didn't record my ending. So I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw, feel free to like, comment, follow, subscribe, or whatever else the hell you feel like doing, and watch some more stuff. More stuff is incoming. The video essay is going to be done hopefully later this week. I have the script almost complete, and then after that, we have some gameplay mixed in. The Doom Eternal that I was filming didn't end up turning out that well. I'm not sure if I'm going to upload it, and I think I might just skip one of the episodes I had filmed for Oxygen Not Included because I recorded it when I was really tired, so I wasn't really on my A game, and it didn't come out too well. So, and it was just me kind of setting up a lot of stuff, so I might not sure what I'll do with that. But thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.